You've been struggling to get leads to sell to, possible customers to sell to, this video is for you, because by the end of this very video, I'm going to have shared what lead generation is. In this video, I'll break down 4 things. Number 1, what is lead generation in the first place? Number 2, what options do you have for lead generation? Number 3, how do you convert a lead into an actual customer that pays you real money? And number 4, I'll share a resource that I think 90% of the people that watch this video till the very end are going to get extra advantage from. For those that don't know, my name is Kenneth Ntende, and over the last decade and a half, I've been in the world of sales. I've had the chance to sell to thousands of businesses, and most importantly, had the chance to train 500 plus businesses on some of these very same principles of sales that I'm going to talk about right here. So let's get started. Now, what is a lead? I'll look at a lead as a possible customer, someone that could potentially turn into your customer. In order to better help you understand what this would mean, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. Let's say there was shop number 1 and shop number 2. Now, shop number 1 has people walking through that door. It has the first person, the second, the third, the fourth. By the end of the day, it has 40 to 50 people that have walked through that door. Some of them will come into the shop and come and say, you know what, your prices are expensive. Others will come in through the shop and say, you know what, I don't have enough money. But out of the 40, 50, you're going to have some 5, 10 actually buying from you. Now look at the 40 to 50 as the leads that have been attracted into your shop. Without those leads, you would never have a sale. Now, I'm going to use another case scenario, shop number 2, and this shop doesn't have anyone walking through that door. For them, they want that everyone who walks through that shop is going to buy from them. Now, as long as they are not doing anything to get people through that door, it means they're not getting the leads to sell to. That opportunity to close that sale is never going to exist. Now, why leads acquisition is important is because without getting the people through that door, without getting the people to talk to on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on email, in your shop, the opportunity to sell is never going to exist whatsoever. That is why lead generation is key, and that's why businesses invest in what they call lead generation. Chapter 2. What options do you have for lead generation? To be honest, most lead generation falls into only 3 categories. Yes, there are going to be different techniques under each and every one of those categories, but in summary, there are going to be 3 main ways of generating leads. Option number 1 is what they call outbound. Option number 2 is what they call inbound. And option number 3, what they call referrals. Now, let's start with option number 1, the outbound option. Outbound means it's your team intentionally going to hunt for business. This could involve things like you getting your sales guys and telling them, you know what, go to people's offices, talk to them so that we create some kind of opportunity. Look at this as go to the shop, go to the streets, and whatever opportunity you create for us, that's now outbound. Some people choose to go online to use things like the Trendy Sales AI that is going to gather for them numbers, and they're going to message them, email them, SMS them. Anything involving you being the one to hunt for the customer is what is termed as outbound. Now, this is a very powerful tool. Yes, it does work, but it has its challenges too, because as you're hunting, sometimes you're going to find guys are not in their mood. So when someone tells you no or rejects you, don't be shocked, because that's just part of what happens inside outbound. So there are businesses that survive solely on this, but for you to make this thrive, understand that you're going to need to do a little bit more volume. Where the inbound person would have talked to 10 people to convert 1 or 2, you're going to need to talk to 30, 40, because you're talking to people who don't know about you. And whatever action you're taking, whether it's a call, whether it's an SMS, whether it's automation platforms like the Trendy Sales AI, each of them is going to need to do a little bit more volume. So that's option number 1. Now, option number 2 is what they call inbound. Look at inbound as we are creating content, we're creating billboards, we're putting our content out there, so that instead of us hunting, the people are going to see our adverts and come to us. So this involves creating things like podcasts. This involves creating things like adverts themselves, running sponsored adverts. This involves things like putting up billboards or anything that is intended for you to put yourself out there so that people come to you. So that is now option number 2. And option number 3 are the referrals. Referrals, like many of you know, is when other people are the ones bringing someone to you. Now, the best practice you can do for any kind of business is have a little bit of a mix of all of these things. Do a bit of inbound. You can't rely on referrals alone at the end of the day. You can't rely on outbound alone, because today, outbound will work. The other day, inbound works. The other day, referrals work. So the best thing you can do for yourself is rely on a platform like the Trendy Sales AI that will give you a little bit of a mix of all these things. I'm not saying that each of them won't work, but for the better luck, have something that combines everything together. So those are the options you have for inbound. Now, what most importantly, I have a resource at the bottom there that now will break down what are the free options I have for outbound, what are the paid options, how do they work. So this document has everything. If you're interested in understanding the intricacies of each and every one of those things, I'm going to want you to just go over to the comment or the description, click that link and fill in that form, and automatically we'll send it over. We'll send over an email and a WhatsApp with all the information that you need to know. Chapter number 3, how do you go about converting a lead to an actual sale? Now, sometimes people just assume that because a lead has come, you've run an ad and someone has come, automatically that person is going to give you money. That's not the case. In fact, you're going to find that of every 10 people that come to you, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 will actually actively engage you and later on turn on into actual sales. So there's some kind of process that you're supposed to go through in order to convert this person into a sale. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share based on our context, because in our context, because we do inbound and outbound and the referrals as well, we kind of treat each of these silos independent of the other. Now, when it comes to outbound, the number one mistake you can do is just attack someone today and tell him, you know what, the first message I'm sending you is come and buy from me. No one will buy from you. Even you yourself, if someone off the street just walked and came straight to you and said, buy from, how often would you buy from them? So it's important that you go through what they call nurturing. Nurturing is that process of converting them to kind of trust you. Now, what we do as us is the first message we'll send will just be helpful information. As an example, we reach out a lot to people in insurance. So the first video we send them is, you know what, I thought this video would be helpful. It's just guiding you on how you can structure your sales as an insurer to increase your revenue to $30,000, $40,000. Free video. I'm not trying to sell anything. It's free, helpful information. It doesn't even include us at a very large extent, but the essence is just to get this person to at least consume some content from you. Now, once that is done, next week we'll follow up with some more information, another free helpful tip. Give them a resource, just like the resource we are going to give you at the bottom of this video, talking about something absolutely related to their industry, but give value first. Now, once you're done giving value, maybe 1, 2, 3 times, on the 4th time, that is when maybe you can invite them for some kind of webinar or to watch some long form video. Now, why this is very important is because nature has it that the moment you try and push someone to buy something, you actually repel them. It's more important to find a way of attracting them, and your way of attracting these people is by giving them free tips, free information, free videos, get them consumed within your ecosystem, then finally invite them for some kind of webinar before you can now try and bounce on them. But just by doing that, you're going to notice that out of every 50 people, you're going to attract a lot more people than the scenario where you just went direct to try and sell to each and every one of those people, independent of the other. Now, when it comes to inbound, where you're running ads and people are coming over to you, the process kind of remains the same. Don't hurry to pitch. So many people have seen this over and over again. The moment someone comes, unless you're a product-based business, but as long as you're a service-based business, the moment the lead comes in, first ask some more information, respond, follow up, understand that the role of the lead generation was just to bring you a possible interested person. Now, from that point, it's your role to keep following up, keep giving them more helpful information, keep helping them make up their mind about why they need to be choosing you. So that's usually a series of communications, whether WhatsApp, whether through email, but you still need to intentionally convert them into a sale. Same thing that if let's say you had a physical shop and someone walks in and you still need to talk to them, convince them which option they should choose, why this as opposed to the other. And that's how you eventually turn people into actual customers. Just put yourself in the shoes that whoever has come to me, to be honest, doesn't know anything about us. So what am I going to need to share with them to help them make up their mind about working with me as opposed to anyone else? And eventually, point number 4, like I said earlier, we have a free resource. It talks about everything lead generation. What options do you have? What tools can you use? I couldn't fit everything in this video. It's already long as it is. So just go and download that resource. It will have each and every single thing that you need to know. What are the tools I can use? What are some of the best practices? What are some for marketing automation journeys that I could put to help me nurture my customers? So it's an in-depth guide about everything lead generation. So I've left a link below that you could use to access that. But bye-bye for now.